Now in this video, we're going to be looking at rotations. So rotations is when you rotate a figure around a point. Like in this example, this is a point. When we rotate it, we're just turning it around. Okay, we're spinning it around this point. And in order to rotate, there are two directions we usually go. Okay, so here we have clockwise, like it's called clockwise because in case you guys didn't know, it moves in the direction of a clock, this way. Counterclockwise is the opposite, it moves this way. So I know we say counterclockwise and clockwise, but normally when we do this, to make it easier, we use CW, CCW, just to say clockwise, counterclockwise, makes it easier to write out. Okay? So here is everyone's favorite part, the rules. So these two rules, or not these two, but there's three of them. All these are important to know because this means the same as this. Okay, so what does that mean? Let me show you. When we rotate 90 degrees clockwise, let's say we start at this point. It doesn't always have to be this point. It can be any point. But this is just an example to show you. When we rotate this 90 degrees, we're just moving from here to here. That's clockwise, like a clock. And the reason we put or, because this direction, we end up right here, right? Let me do a little red dot. We end up right here. If we start from here and do 270 degrees counterclockwise, we're doing the exact same thing because we end up in the same spot. So that's why that's why there's two different ones. This and this means the same exact thing. And so the rule is, depending on what the point is, X and Y, if we're told to do any of these, all we do is flip the X and the Y. So flip them. And the X is going to turn negative, or you're going to switch its sign. If it's already negative, turn into a positive. If it's a positive, turn into a negative. So that's what we do with this. Same thing with this. We have 180 degrees clockwise and counterclockwise. So no matter what they say, whenever you see 180, you're going to be doing this rule. Because if you start here, 180 takes you this way, 180 takes you this way. You end up in the same spot. So the rule for this is the X and the Y, all we're doing is changing their signs to both of them. So let's say this is negative, we change the sign, we turn it into a positive. So all we're doing to this rule is just flipping the signs. If they're negative, turn to positive. If they're positive, turn to negative. Now, same as before, we have 270 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise, because start here, we go clockwise, we end up right here. If we start here, we go counterclockwise, we end up in the same spot. So the rule for this is we have X and Y, same as before. This should be easy to remember as these, because all we're doing is, as you can see here, we flipped the points. Same right here, we're flipping the points, but now this time we're changing the sign of the Y. Okay, so the Y, we change the sign, X, keep it the same. So like I said, these rules tell us what to do to each X and Y, but what you need to pay attention to is what they're asking you to do. Okay, so like I said, whenever you see 180, just change the signs of both the points. If you see things like this, make sure you look back on this, because this can help you out and it makes it easier to know how to rotate. So like I said, make sure you pay attention to these rules, look back at the other videos to help you guys out, and make sure to pay attention to which direction you're rotating.